What's going on, guys? So I am still here at this Forest River dealer event in Elkhart, Indiana. They have a huge selection of RVs here for dealerships to look at to see what they're going to stock their dealership with. I have tried to pick out units that I thought kind of stood out. A lot of these I'm sure have some really unique floor plans. A lot of them I've already videoed, but there are definitely a handful of these that I think look really good and they're worth talking about. Included in that is this really awesome little travel trailer. Now, you're not going to want to miss this because this holds a surprise that you're probably not expecting. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, guys, first of all, let's take a look at the numbers on this tiny little trailer. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 3,736 pounds, has a cargo capacity of 1,719 pounds. So this is relatively heavy for its size if you load it up to gross vehicle weight rating. The question is why, and I'm about to go over that. But first, let's take a look at the outside of this specific little trailer. First of all, you can see they've done a great job making it look as aggressive as they possibly could. They really have. This thing looks super aggressive. It has torsion axles on it. It has black aluminum wheels. It has a really cool looking off-road aggressive tire. Even where they mount the spare makes it look even more aggressive. This thing just looks super cool. Plus it has this tent that extends out over the side and elevates off the ground and creates a really big canopy tent that you can camp in. So that's also really cool. But if you have a tent on top, then what's the point of having an RV like that? And I'm going to get to this. So first of all, you're going to notice it has stabilizers all the way around. Something else that's kind of unique about these. Typically, something this small might only have a couple of rear stabilizers, but none on the front. So why does this one have them on the front? Also, this has storage for propane, of course, your battery tank, as well as a hatch on this side. Now, this hatch houses something super cool. Let's open this up. This is a little kitchen area. So you can pull this kitchen out. Has a Dometic cooler here. This is super cool, and if you've seen these before, you probably want one. This can chill food down, drinks down, whatever, to freezing. This can be a refrigerator or a freezer. This is super cool. Plus you have your cooktop right here. You have some storage underneath for other equipment, and whenever you're done, the whole thing just slides right back in. So that is awesome. Right here you have another little compartment for food. So this is where you could store anything that you plan on cooking over here. So you want to be careful, of course, if you're in the deep south, you don't want to put anything in here that if it gets excessively hot, it's going to spoil. But this is a great place to put cans and other different things that you might cook when you're out and about. Again, well, what do you put on the inside if everything goes out here? Very cool setup. They put traction tape here so you have an easy way to get up top. They put these really cool scene lights, LED scene lights, nice rugged ones on the side to really illuminate the side of it. Coming around the back, all LED lighting, but check this out. That's a ramp. This is a ramp. So what does that mean? That means when you open this up, this is a toy hauler. So you can also convert this into a bed or use it as a small toy hauler. Inside you have all the different storage areas you might be expecting, as well as ventilation to cross-ventilate while you go down the road. This is the coolest little trailer I've seen. You could hook this up to a SUV, up to a motorhome. Maybe you have a Class A or a Class B or a Class C and you want to tow something like this to bring your toys with you, but at the same time, when you get where you're going, you want to take this out somewhere else. Perhaps you're towing it behind a fifth wheel, even if your fifth wheel is rated to tow something. This is just a very cool setup, and it's one that I haven't seen before. This is so cool. So whenever you set this thing up, you could sleep in the tent that gets set up next to it and is elevated off the ground, or of course you could actually sleep inside if you don't have any toys in it and you want to throw a mattress, or you could use both. So you can have your tent up top and you could have the sleeping accommodations inside if you're bringing more people with you. Then you can just drop the ramp down. You could fish off the back if you wanted. This is such a cool setup. And from the front, you can see it has a very narrow profile to it, so it's not going to be excessively wide. This is something that you could easily tow behind maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee. You could tow this behind a Dodge Durango. There are a lot of vehicles out there that you could tow this behind because it's relatively light. If you're not going to load it up to capacity with toys or whatever, and you're simply going to use it as an RV, then you could even tow it with something a little bit lighter. But that being said, it provides you a tremendous amount of functionality, capability, and utility if you need a trailer that you can use for utility. So somebody might actually buy this and say, well, I need a trailer that I can use as maybe a part-time cargo trailer, but at the same time, I need something that I can camp in and I can set up a tent to bring more people with me. So this really gives you that flexibility. And I think a lot of people would probably pull something like this behind a motorhome, or perhaps behind a large SUV, or perhaps even behind a small pickup truck. This is something that I really think is going to be appealing to a lot of people, even though it's not what I would consider to be a complete RV. There's no bathroom inside of it, right? This is not something that you're going to say, I'm going to take out and I'm going to live my life in, or I'm going to camp in forever, unless you have accommodations for other things like that. That being said though, I really like this. It hits a lot of check marks for a lot of people, and it's definitely something that I think people would get excited about. Anyways guys, I'm going to be at this show for a little longer. I figured I would come out here and show you one of the coolest little trailers I have seen so far. This is definitely something that I think a lot of people are going to like, even if it may not be perfect for them. Anyways guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.